the graphics driver update was so powerful it literally took me offline. Anyway, um, the idea that having to have a persona online is comparable to having a persona in real life where like the consequences of your actions are immediate is a stupid fucking comparison. And I think that Hassan and Asmongold and Ludwig and Wicked Supreme and all these people that want to say like, "Oh, y'all are just mad because y'all don't want to understand his point because y'all aren't." Asmongold literally said in another clip, I don't know if Tom's gonna play it. We'll go looking for it later. Where Asmongold literally says like, "Y'all think that because he has money it solves all of his problems. Meanwhile, he does have actual problems." The fucking idea that streaming is anywhere as difficult as like a server or someone who is a customer sales representative full time or somebody that is in HR and having to balance like having to constantly balance two parties that are out for each other's throat. The idea that that is the same as streaming is stupid, but Asmongold would say no, it's not the same, but they're both like they're both not good. And again, that point is retarded as well because you're not saying it's stressful. He literally says it's worse. So I fucking hate the defense that Ludwig and Asmongold and all these people are running for Hassan because he's their friend or because he's their streamer daddy. Um Sorry, Cyberpunk is just shitting the bed right now. Hey, what's up, Jones? We're talking about Hassan's streaming is hard take. Streaming is as hard as a real job. How's it going, man? Damn it. Now my cat left me. Now I'm gonna lose viewership. Why does the chat look like that? Oh, I know why. Did you hear anything about this, Jones? And then like to be 100% fair with what he was saying, his point was that like the broader point he wanted to make was, oh, it's draining. Like streaming for 9 hours is socially draining, and there is no job that drains your social battery like streaming does. That was the broader point he made, but what he said verbatim, hold on. Sorry, my cat was trying to get into somewhere. Ah, cat was trying to get into somewhere he wasn't supposed to. So, so his broader point was, oh, it drains your social battery more than any other job. Which, like, maybe, but then the point he actually said on stream was, oh, it's harder. It's harder than a normal job. That's what he said, and that's what made me so fucking livid. But is there any job where you get to play video games all day. Like you get to escape chat when you play a video game. You can just not look at chat. If chat is stressing you out, you can just not look at chat. If there are things you want to say but you can't say them, guess what? You can't do that in a real job either. Like I can't come on stream and talk about like psychotic like rambling. Like I can't be like, fucking, I hate this fucking group, I hate that fucking group, and blah blah blah, and slur this, slur that. I can't do that here. Not that I want to, but I can't do that here, and I can't do that in real life. So the idea that constraining yourself is socially draining, and that's why streaming for 9 hours is harder than a regular job, is fucking stupid because you have to do the same thing at a normal job. Yeah, you may not have eyes on you all damn day like a streamer does, but Hassan is like one of the top streamers in the world. If he doesn't like how long he's streaming, he can just cut the camera. If I leave work, I don't get fucking paid. Like, to me, a reasonable amount of money to be happy with at the end of the day, yearly, is like 55,000. If you're making 55, if I was to make 55,000 on streaming, I'd quit my fucking job. Because, like, to me, that's the ideal amount of money to make to be happy. And then, like, my wife be making, like, a similar amount. But the idea that somebody who's making millions of fucking dollars, like, streaming is so socially draining. It's just, it's cringe, it's out of touch, it's psychotic. And then this idea that like, oh, it was taken out of context. Bro, the context doesn't make you look better, it makes you look worse. The moment I say, oh, you're streaming from $1 million fucking mansion, like millions of dollars, $100 million fucking mansion, it looks worse. The moment I like put into context that you're like one of the top streamers in the world, it looks worse. When I put into context that you're wearing that you right now on camera are wearing like $5,000 to $8,000, it looks worse. Like fucking every little piece I add to it, it looks worse for you. Then Asmongold gave this fucking take where he's like, oh, if or y'all don't understand his point and y'all don't want to understand his point because because even though his suffering isn't the same as yours, he's still suffering. Like we're all suffering differently. And this idea that like suffering is comparable is like toxic and stupid. I don't want to blah 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 blah. Like that take is fucking stupid. I hate that take. The idea that Hassan stubbing his toe is the same as a woman getting rock starred is ridiculous. That is fucking ridiculous that because everyone suffers, all suffering is equal and valid. That's stupid. There are some people who suffer way more, infinitesimally more than other people. And so Asmongold is like wiener riding Hassan super hard. And then I haven't heard Ludwig's take because Ludwig just makes me fucking visceral. It makes me fucking irate. But maybe Tom will go over it in this video. Holy shit, Kick has hourly pay. Oh, let's go, bro. Based. Oh shit, I'm carrying too much. Hey man, if Kick can match what I'm making hourly, I will quit right fucking now. I had a shitty day at work and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's roll the dice. I don't give a shit. We're gonna watch a video. We're gonna watch this video in particular because of how pissed off it made me. But we're watching Turkey Tom review the videos because I think Hassan is like killing all the fucking videos, all the clips of him saying it.
Telling you, as someone who did both, like 9 hours of constant performance and people pleasing paps you out from social scenarios. After 9 hours of that,
By the way, quote unquote 9 hours of performance and people pleasing is Hassan shitting all over his chat, calling them stupid and ridiculous, getting up to go pee and letting a video fucking play in the background, or eating on camera. That's his performing for 9 hours. 17 hours. Ah, that's not enough, bro. I need more. Cause like I could easily do that. I could easily pull like 60-hour weeks on a kick. Like easy, I could do 60 hours every week. That's not even a fucking problem. But to make what I'm making right now, does it like scale up? I was gonna do the math, but then I was gonna reveal how much I make a year. And you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do the math at like let's do the math at 55K. Okay. Let's say 55K before taxes. All right. So we divide that by what? Divide that by 12, divide that by 4, divide that by 60. So that's about $19 an hour. Damn, I gotta apply for it? Are they really gonna interview me for it? They're gonna interview me for a fucking job at Kick? Alright, whatever. Fuck it, I'll do it. I mean, if I ever hit the requirements, then I'll do it. I wouldn't mind being a streamer for Kick. Being a little corporate Kick streamer. Like, it's insane that people can do what I'm doing right now for a living and then still have something to bitch about. It's just wild to me. Like, you're making your own problems at this point. Like, everything else, like, we can't do that, though. We don't steal vehicles. The idea that you have, like, ultimate control over what you do all day and yet you still have shit to complain about tells me that you just aren't, like, controlling your life as well as you should be. Like, that's the thing. Like, us working people, us working Joe Schmoes, right? The control we have over our responses and our actions becomes very limited once we get to work. Like, once we step through the door, once we step through the threshold, or once we log on remotely. I don't work remotely, but I'm saying for people who do, the moment you do that, like, things that you say are now cut and like are now fucking quartered. Things that you do are now quartered. Your responses have to be mediated and mitigated. Like, your ability to be yourself is like non-existent once you're in the workplace. But as a streamer, you have almost ultimate control. You can play whatever you want, you can watch whatever you want. If you're, I guess, a slave to views, you can't. Like me, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna be playing Skyrim and Cyberpunk even after these games fall off in like, 1 year or like a couple months when Cyberpunk falls off. I'll still be playing these games because I just don't care. Because if I'm making 55K, I'm happy. I'm not Hassan where I'm like constantly and greedy. Like, it's not even about being hungry. Like being a hard worker and being hungry for it. It's just he's so fucking greedy. He's just a greedy little piglet. I don't either. I gotta go in every day. People that work people that work remotely are fucking blessed. Like, I don't have a long commute, but I feel fucking horrible for people that have to commute like 1 to 2 hours. Like, one of my bosses works like way out in the sticks and has to drive 2 hours to get to our work location. In my head, I'm like, bro, what do you do with yourself that whole time? What are you thinking about when you're like, fuck me? I'm like, it's like 1 in the morning. I gotta drive to this place, and I gotta pray to God that like nobody fucks my day up. What is this? Get away from me. Oh shit, they gave me a bounty. Oops. We're gonna pretend that I didn't do that. Back to this video.
But I could probably do fucking physical labor. It would not bother me. But I can't fucking do more social that
I did physical labor. I did fucking hard labor for the first part of my job. When I first entered, I did fucking hard labor. Like we had to go through a boot camp for fuck's sake. And I was doing that, and my immediate reaction was, I gotta get the hell out of here. And so I worked really hard to get to where I'm at right now, where I don't have to do the physical fucking labor anymore. And I can tell you right now, if it was between going back to that labor and this, I'm picking this every fucking time. Every fucking time I'm gonna pick streaming. For him to go, oh, the physical labor wouldn't bother me. What physical labor were you doing, bro? Were you like sweeping? Even that, like even people that do sanitation and shit, that work is fucking grueling. Like the what like people are nasty. People are fucking disgusting. It only takes one person to like not flush for you to smell like some of the worst things fucking imaginable. It only takes one person thinking it's a good idea to dump all of their leftovers into the trash can outside where it's hot as hell, have it cook and rot, and then have animals get in there. Like, it. Sanitation isn't even easy. So I don't know what physical labor he's fucking talking about where he's like, "Oh, I could do that and it wouldn't drain, like it wouldn't bother me." Like, bro, you're going to get drained. If you're getting drained by streaming, you're going to get drained so fucking fast by working anything like laborious. Anything physically labor intensive, you're going to get strained, like that. Like again, picking between physical labor, what I do right now, and streaming, I'm picking streaming. Like, even if it meant, like, I'm at risk of getting doxxed every other hour.
that's my point. Like there are obviously real jobs out there that are good comparisons. Service sector, people pleasing jobs would be very similar. Those are like I think customer service type but like if you're an accountant or if you're even like in sales, my interactions with clients was limited, way more limited than like constantly having to do this for 9 hours with like a back and forth interaction.
If you work as a server and you have a table that's just kind of, that seems shitty, if they're in your section, you have to serve them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. The most you can do to get out of it is to, like, beg another server to take the table for you. You can't just not serve this table that you already know is going to tip like shit. But as a streamer, if you've got somebody that's giving you shit, you can ban them. Like, from Hassan has banned people for like talking about streamers he doesn't like. So merely talking about other people, he's banned them for that. Like, I've had a table come in where it was all a bunch of fucking loud, rude, annoying children. Like, they were teenagers. I couldn't do anything. I had to serve them because nobody else in the restaurant wanted them. Because everybody already knew kids tip like shit. Kids don't tip anything. So I had to serve them with a fucking smile on my face. I had to serve these people that I already knew I wasn't going to get shit from. So, comparing streaming again to being an accountant or any service job where you have to grit your teeth and bear it, to streaming where you can just go and then the person's gone, is ridiculous. It is stupid. He literally has people in his chat who work alongside him and don't get paid, who do nothing all day other than ban people that might piss him off. I don't have that where I worked. I don't have that where I work now. I can't just, people that I don't like, I can't just go and get rid of them. every
for
point,
9
man.
hours. That's what like sucks your social battery, and you just tap out after it. Yeah, think about it this way. Like, you give presentations for your job, right? Imagine giving a
Yes.
presentation for 9 hours straight. It's like after a while you would be like, I don't want to.
Dude, you sit there and you eat food in front of people. You stand up and let a video play and go piss. You play video games. That's not giving a fucking presentation for 9 hours. You fucking brain dead manlet. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you smoking? What fucking copium, like, psycho Californian leftoid fucking copium are you on right now? You're not giving a fucking presentation for nine. You're literally on Reddit right fucking now. There are some places that watch your internet activity, and if they catch you on Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram or Snap, you're fired. Like, I I just can't comprehend this fucking idea. I can't understand it. I hate people that defended him. I hate people that defended this fucking idea. Because it's ridiculous. There's like no legit. I gave the most legitimate argument at the beginning. It's like, oh, it drains your battery. Okay, that's fair. It doesn't drain your battery anywhere near like real jobs. Giving a presentation for 9 hours. Okay, dude. I don't know about you, Jones, but when I have to give a presentation at work, I can't just stop and like go, yeah, and then just keep eating whatever I'm eating. Hold on, the cat's in a place where he's not supposed to be again. I have to keep squirting the cat.
Talk ever again.
So when you watch this video with the full context, it's not as bad as it initially seemed. I think you can't deny that. It's much more understandable, way less out of touch, but it's not amazing either. Honestly, I personally do find streaming pretty socially draining if I do it for more than like 4 hours, which is why most of the time I'm in my room making videos instead, so I can plan out everything I say instead of going on stream and constantly spurging out, which tends to happen to people on live stream. That being said, I do think that streaming is less draining
I love
than any
spurging
other
out.
job, because at the end of the day, what are you actually doing? You're reacting to funny videos, giving your commentary, and playing video games, and making money doing that. Sometimes a lot of money, like with Hassan. On one hand, it's kind of cringe to be like, well, everybody has problems, don't minimize them, because realistically, someone waking up at 4 a.m. to work in a warehouse is gonna actually want...
I swear to God, I did not pre-watch this, but literally me. Literally, Jones, literally me, waking up at 4. I wake up earlier than 4 a.m. to go into work at a warehouse. Unironically, oh my God, he's talking about me.
to kill themselves when they see Hassan complain about any aspect of his job. Like, no matter what, that guy is not going to be happy if Hassan complains about his job at all, or his life at all, right? Because he's a millionaire, he's got a Porsche, whatever, nice house, you know, he live streams for a living, which is...
Dude, he has enough money to have his mother not work, and his father and his uncle are both like millionaires. Like they're both, or I think his uncle is Chank from the Young Turks, like big time, big Mac Daddy in political commentary. So his family is well off. He doesn't have to work to support anyone. Like if he wanted to, he could just fund somebody's life for like an entire year just because he feels like it. He probably wipes his ass with like 100K. Oh my God, bro, he's talking about us. Jones, Turkey Tom is talking about us. Oh man. Fucking hell.
I mean, it's a cool job. I like it, right? Like, I think live streaming is cool. I respect the medium, okay? As gay as that sounds. I do.
Ooh.
Also, like, it is kind of bullshit, right? Like, and I get why, to the average person, it's kind of just like this, right? It makes Hassan seem out of touch. But this smaller clip really blew up on...
No, it doesn't make him seem like he's out of touch. He is out of touch. He is. The socialist, proto-communist, LARPer revolutionary really stood on live stream and told all of his followers that streaming is harder than a regular job because it drains your social battery. This is the vanguard for the socialist revolution here. This guy. This is the fucking paragon of workers' rights and the what do you call it? And the proletariat. This is the guy. Like I remember I used to work at a pizza place for like minimum wage. I remember working like not that many hours. You know, I worked only like 3 to 4 hour shifts throughout the week. But I remember my manager, he would have to pull like 12, 13 hour shifts in this little fucking itty bitty place. And only from like 3 to 4 hours, like my clothes would be caked in fucking dough and sauce, and like the grease and shit would be underneath my fingernails and it would be trapped in there. It was this gross, sickening feeling that like I'll never forget going home and like showering and still not feeling clean. But again, my circumstance was way easier than my manager's circumstance, who has to be there 12, 13 hours a day. It's I just I, this this idea that Asmongold pushes where it's like everyone suffers, therefore all suffering is valid is just ridiculous. It's just stupid. The idea you can't take a reasonable and critical look at your circumstances and realize that you have it better than someone else or that you have it worse than someone else, thinking that you can't do that and that is like I don't know, bad or cringe in the words of wait, what did Asmongold say? He used another word that pissed me off. He said something like it's stupid or something. I can't remember. Fuck. We'll watch that clip later. Oh man. But just that idea that like I can't look at my circumstance and then look at Hassan and then think that Hassan is a like raging douchebag for saying what he said is just stupid. It's inane, it's out of touch, and um yeah, I don't know. I don't know how we get to the level where like millionaire streamers have the audacity to look at their audience. Like they're literally comparable to like aristocrats, like royals with the amount of money they're making. They're looking down upon us plebeians and they're going, "Oh, you just wouldn't understand because you think money solves everything. But it doesn't, because my Fifi's hurt and I'm depressed." Bro, there are some people in this world that can't afford to go to fucking therapy, and you have the fucking audacity. People have to pick between paying rent, bills, and food over mental health. They don't have time to worry about mental health. You morons. You fucking you I don't want to be too harsh here because I'm probably going to get banned if I keep going. But these people are just daft. I don't know what happened because I know that Asmongold was a regular human being at some point. He was like you and me. He was a worker. He just played WoW a lot and then he started streaming WoW when streaming first started out. Hassan was always a rich kid. Hassan was always a rich kid. But Asmongold defending this take, it just boggles my mind. And I chalk it up to him being Hassan's friend and him defending a friend. I'm going to be quite frank. Jones, I love you and Azu and Stoned and Ed. But if any of y'all say anything like that, I'm not coming to your defense, bro. I just can't do it. I'm gonna be respectfully disagreeing, but I'm not defending something like that. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't debase myself to say, well, All suffering, everyone suffers, so therefore all suffering is valid. I can't do it. Oh.
Twitter and got a ton of reactions, including from gimmick accounts that just farm interactions all day is like the main goal of their account, I guess. Imagine being so out of touch with reality that you think talking at your computer is harder than a real job. These people farm these stupid people on Twitter for $3 in revenue with clips like this. Of course, I don't think streaming is harder than a real job, you dumb It is, however, better than whatever the y'all are trying to do on this increasingly more dog website. You know what? I hate to defend Hassan here, but he's right. Twitter gimmick accounts are all run by total f***its. And on top of that, the video was taken out of context to make him look way worse than he was actually being. I feel like that's where this should have ended. Like, Hassan just walks away from the situation into the sunset as his stream keeps dying and whatever else.
Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm slaying.
What in the absolute hell am I looking at here? What the shit? Is this what it costs?
That was the last time you'll ever see me in a dress, you fucking ungrateful pieces of shit.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Well, you know who actually seemed to agree with Hassan? Asmongold.
It's a bad take. What's it a bad take of? He says that he gets exhausted socially because he's talking to people for 9 hours a day. You really think that's not true? I mean, you really think it's not true that after...
Oh man. Oh man. Jones, I need you to give me strength, man. I don't know if I can watch this fucking clip of Asmongold again. Oh man, I said we're gonna watch it later, but man, Turkey Tom's putting it in front of me right now. Alright, here we go.
You spend 9 hours being investigated by thousands of people with every facial movement, everything you say, every word, with people constantly trying to disagree with you and fight with you. That's not socially draining. This is totally understandable. And he's not comparing it to every other job. He's saying
He literally was doing that. We love Asmongold. Seriously though, he was comparing it to every other job. He was, because he's an idiot. And he really thought he was cooking here. He really thought he had something he had something good going here.
compared to other jobs where you're not talking to people constantly. His take isn't broad enough. Yeah, it is. He explained it pretty clearly. The clip out of context was posted 30 minutes after he said that. Instantly on Reddit, it blew up calling him a dumbass, which just reinforces his argument. Well, yeah, it's definitely understandable. Exactly.
I know people will call me a fence sitter for this take, but for real, on God, on Jaw, and on Phonum, I'm kind of torn here because any job can be socially draining, and I'm sure sitting at your computer for 7 or 8 hours can be socially draining if you do it in one sitting and you're, I don't know, talking about stuff or debating people.
It's not the fact that he said it was draining. I agree that it's draining. It's the fact that he said it's more draining than other jobs. That's what drives me fucking nuts. You and Asmongold, Turkey Tom, are missing that crucial element here. Him saying that it's worse than other jobs is the big sticking point. That's why that clip blew up. And the broader point is still the same. He's still saying streaming is more socially draining than other jobs. That's ridiculous. He literally says giving a presentation for 9 hours. Have any of these fucking people... I gave a fucking presentation for half an hour at work and it wiped me out. Because I've got like VPs and like board members and my managers and like people that I hope to work for someday all watching me. That was fucking like that obliterated me. That was draining trying to keep up and trying to speak fluently and clearly and be concise with my points and not stutter and not fuck up on anything I'm saying and not letting any swear words fly. That for 30 minutes was obliterating. But he's not doing that for 30 minutes. He's not doing that for 5 minutes. He's streaming to people he has power over for 9 hours. And if he wanted to, if it's so fucking draining, he can just stop. He can just cut stream at 4 and say, okay, we're done. I've done that before. The other day when I was like getting upset at Ed because he kept like asking me a fucking question that I didn't want to answer because I had answered it already. When that happened, the moment, like not even 5 minutes after Ed left, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm done. Because I couldn't do it because I was upset. But as a streamer, you have that power. At work, I don't have that power. The moment I get upset, I have to swallow it and I have to keep going. I can't do that. I cannot do that at work. I cannot get upset and just say fuck it. I have people that rely on me. I can't afford to do that. So comparing that, what I and like the majority of fucking Americans and, well, it's just fuck Americans, the majority of people, period, face on this planet, and saying that your job as a streamer where you have more control than like anyone else is just, it's just beyond privileged and stupid and out of touch. And I think that Asmongold is only defending Hassan because Hassan is his friend.
People are arguing with the internet or endlessly, you know, talking nonstop. I'm sure it can be draining. There's no doubt about that. The few times that I've done super long streams, like 8 hours, is a pretty long stream for me. I feel fucking wiped by the end of it, and I can't deny that. But the thing is, I think the thing that Asmongold is sort of missing here, and maybe it's something he just doesn't really care about and wants to be like functionally obtuse about this fact. But the truth of the matter is that the audience does not care to hear about streaming being hard at all. Because from where they're standing, you're a millionaire who makes an ungodly amount of money every month from sitting on your ass playing games. You probably have the dream job. They would probably love to fill the shoes that you have, right? So to hear Hassan or Asmongold complain about being tired when you're done feels shitty because, I mean, they're tired too, right? And they burned their hand 10 times at work today and their foot hurts or whatever, right? So when they turn on your stream, they don't want to hear you complaining about how being on the computer sucks when that's just a totally unrelatable position for them.
I'm not saying it isn't, but it's not as bad as others. I think that, like, so streaming as like a job is extremely socially draining. It is. That's why, like, there's a weird catch-22 where a lot of streamers are introverted, but being a streamer requires you to do a lot of things that extroverts want you to do. So, like, in order to be good at something, you have to.
You can just not do it. You have control over your stream. I don't understand. You're an introvert, but you have to do things that extroverts want you to do? What the fuck does that mean? What are you going out and you like streaming, like partying and snorting coke and like going out and like talking to people? No, you're in your fucking house. You're in your fucking house streaming WoW. What do you mean you're doing what extroverts want you to do? What are you talking about? I hate the way he looks at the camera. Look at him. Fucking dead, beady eyes. Look at him. Ugh.
To be one way, and in order to cope with it, the success of being good at it, you have to be another way. And so that's what it is. Hassan's basically explaining that in a more, direct way. You could say a simpler way. And he's getting shit on. But a lot of people think they're introverted whenever they're actually extroverts. Well, I don't know about that. Did you start the stream? You went right into this? Yeah, because I usually spend the first hour of my stream talking about nothing. And like, then I don't like play video games until like it's midnight or like 5 hours into the stream. I didn't do anything. Like, we gotta get this done. Like, there's a lot of stuff to talk about today. I don't have time to fucking sit around and talk about like, oh, I went live late today because my back hurt. Oh my god. We really need to hear about this again? Who the cares? So yeah. Like, we're not gonna get into that again.
Oh, I had to talk for 4 hours about nothing. Oh, I didn't have time to play video games. Do you hear how absolutely out of fucking touch that is? Like, can any reasonable, sane, normal, non-Hassan, non-Asmongold fan really not get the idea that that statement right there is a prime example of them being out of touch? You're complaining about not being able to get to video games because you had to talk about random stuff. You don't have to do anything. You chose to do that. You could have easily just said, hey, we're going to talk about this while I play video games. Like, I'm doing that right now. I'm literally doing that. I'm playing fucking Cyberpunk as Judge Dredd while watching a video and talking at the same time. And all of this that I'm going through right now is nowhere near what some people go through at work. It's not even comparable. That's the crazy part. Because I'm having fun while I do this. And even if I wasn't having fun, what am I not having fun doing? Playing a video game and watching a YouTube video.
Streaming is a job's exhausting situation. Yeah, of course it is, right?
It's not.
Hassan is right. People are just reactionary. They absolutely are.
They're
Someone
not.
actually said real job. What does that mean? A real job is a job that you have. Bullshit jobs are the ones that other people have. It's just that simple.
It's not that simple. Okay, now I'm getting triggered. A real job is working for someone else. And what if we were to define real job? I would say a real job is one that comports to what 90% of humanity faces. The amount of people who are small business owners is tiny. The amount of people who own large businesses is even smaller than that. The people that own very large businesses is even smaller than that. The people that work at the top of corporations is even smaller than that. But 90% of people are going to work getting a fucking salary or a hourly wage underneath someone else or within another company. Asmongold doesn't work for anyone other than himself. And I guess Twitch. But again, Twitch can't make him come in. Twitch can't make him stream. Like, no one can make you stream, dude. You make money on Twitch, but like, they can't make you come in. If I don't come into work, they're gonna tell me I'm fired. If you don't stream for a month, you didn't stream for a month. How is that point missed? I keep saying how. I know how. It's because he's defending Hassan. That's why. But if we take away the friendship aspect of it and we just ask honestly, how does someone not realize that? I think it's because they are extremely out of touch and they either don't remember what it was like working as a hourly individual or as a salary individual, or they just never were an hourly or a salary individual. Like Hassan went from sales to working for his uncle at the Young Turks to going from working at the Young Turks to being a content creator at the Young Turks. Like, he didn't have a real job for any point in time. I couldn't live with, like, my mom and my dad. I couldn't do that. They couldn't, we could not afford to do that. Or at least I couldn't, because I didn't want to stay home, and the deal was, when I was younger, the deal was I could live at home, but I had to be like a full-time student, and I couldn't see my then girlfriend, my now wife, as often as I was. And that was not a deal I was willing to make. So I left. I didn't have parents that were willing to baby me, and that helped me immensely to grow. But it's not just that they weren't willing, it's that they weren't able. Like, they were going to be losing money by feeding me and like paying for the internet and electricity and shit that I was using. Or, like, helping me with my car note or whatever. Like, they were going to be losing money. but they were banking on me going to school and going to college and like eventually like helping them out when they get older. I'm still gonna be able to help them out when they get older because I'm making money now, but Hassan has never had to actually go out and truly be on his own because his parents could afford to make sure that he was always taken care of. And like there have been months where there have been times when I was so broke that I had to just not eat for the day because the next day I'd be getting paid, and that meant like I would have actual money to pay for groceries. It was either go into debt that day and then have to pay it off at the end of the month, or wait a day or two for payday and then eat then. It was basically like water and then whatever like my coworkers would give me. I didn't beg. Okay? They just shared their snacks. I never fucking begged. Never. But I've had to make that decision every once in a while when I was younger. Hassan has never had to make that fucking decision. He's never had to. And there are people way worse off than I was. There are people that were on their own and didn't have a roof over their head. There are people who were on their own and never had money for groceries. Like they had to get food stamps. Like I am not so like stupid that I don't understand that there are people that have it worse than me. I just don't get how Asmongold could let his friendship with Hassan completely blind him to like reality. I don't know.
It's quite trendy and quite frankly easy to shit on Hassan. That's the crux of it all. Well, hey, if it's so easy to shit on him, then why are you making up fake reasons to do it? If he's got so many bad takes and he says all this stuff that's wrong, then why not focus on that rather than taking something that's totally understandable and then turning it into something that it's not?
You're right about that. Hassan does have plenty of bad takes, but at the same time, it's not just about the individual takes, right? It's about a slow build-up over time that makes you who you are as a person. I agree the first clip was very out of context, and the extended one makes him look much less bad, but at the same time, people are just going to have a problem anytime anyone rich and famous complains about their life. The average person doesn't want to hear it. I mean, Good Charlotte wrote a song about it, guys. Remember them? And at the same time, there's a general apathy for streamers that exist, and a lot of people who just have normal lives hate seeing these guys even.
You're being unfair to streamers like Hassan or Asmongold. Yeah, that's the point. They're leeches on society and making their life as miserable as possible is funny. Jesus. Okay, well, I don't feel that way towards Asmongold. I do feel that way towards Hassan. Making Hassan miserable is just really fun. Because realistically, there's nothing I could do over the internet short of like doxing or like threatening him that could ever actually affect him. I can make fun of him all day and all night and it will never actually affect Hassan. Hell, you could find a way to cancel business deals for Hassan and it would never matter. Because at the end of the day, not including the amount of money he's already made, not including the amount of money he made on the Young Turks, not including the amount of money that he makes from like merch and brands and ads and shit like that, not including all of that, right? And only focusing on the shit he has now, at the end of the day, if everything goes tits up, Hassan can sell his house for like, I don't remember, how much is his house worth? Hassan could,
never mind.
How much is Hassan Piker's house worth? 3 million. Okay. I thought it was way higher than that, but I thought it was super high. I thought it was way higher than that. Honestly, I thought it was like 100 million. Anyway, it's still $3 million. If Hassan wanted to, he could just liquidate his house and then have $3 million. Or he could liquidate his house and then after maybe closing costs and all that shit, have like $2.5 million or $2.8 million. I don't know how much closing costs are. But let's say in some crazy reality, they take 2/3 of the value, right? That's still $1 million he's sitting on. I don't have $1 million just under my ass that I can pull out whenever I want. I think like the majority of Americans aren't sitting on like $1 million. Even if you're a homeowner, you're sitting on like on average like 250 to 300K. You're not sitting on $1 million fucking dollars. And that's not even including his cars or his clothes or any of that. That's just the house. So just the idea that this person is suffering to any extent close to what like a normal person is ridiculous. It's stupid. It's inane. I'm not going to entertain it in the slightest. I think it's one of those things that's so stupid that you can just outright reject it without even having a discussion. Like, that's how stupid it is. Like, I'm still gonna go over every last one of my points. I'm still gonna explain everything that I'm thinking. But at the end, honestly, if someone was just like, oh yeah, that's bullshit. If they just said that and they left it at that, you know what? Fair.
Complain about that, you know, relatively simple, nice existence where they get to like sleep in till 12, eat pizza, and play video games all day, right? Now this gets a lot funnier for Hassan, so bear with me. Hassan was streaming and saw that Ludwig, who's a pretty big YouTuber, had made a video.
Oh yeah. Hey Jones, I hope you're ready. This is what happens when you speak out a little bit against Hassan. If you're his friend, this is what happens when you speak out a little out of turn.
Talking about the drama on his Mogul Mail channel, and he immediately flipped his shit.
As a streamer myself for almost 6 years now, on how hard it really is. I'm kidding. I would look. I just.
Oh God, it's just like. What's funny is you haven't even addressed this again since then. I know. It's just an opportunity for every single person to be like, look, guys, I'm a content creator. I'm really privileged. Like, yeah, dog, we all are. We all talk about it all the fucking time. It just annoys me because, like, it's such a fake fucking thing to do. It's just literally using someone who you're friends with, like, being maliciously clipped out of context to be like, I'm actually one of the good content creators. I know how privileged I am. It's like, yeah, I do too. That's so fucking dumb. Oh my.
Lycan was speaking for like 10 seconds when he watched this clip. He spoke for 10 seconds, and this is Hassan's reaction. This is his friend. And then Ludwig goes easy on him, by the way. In that clip, Ludwig is like, well, I think he was taken out of context, but I don't think it's as hard as Hassan is making it out to be. But this is his friend. This is how he treats his friend. This is how hard he goes after his friend.
My God.
He hasn't even said anything yet. Why is Hassan so angry? Like, all Ludwig did.
Hey, Turkey Tom is like stealing my points, honest to God. I didn't pre-watch this. Turkey Tom just saw into the future and saw what I was going to say and fucking stole it.
Was open the video on a little joke, and now Hassan is already mauling at it. Can you not talk about the drama that Hassan is in? Is this against the rules? And even if he did criticize him, is he not allowed to? I mean, so far he hasn't taken anything out of context or even made Hassan look bad. He just opened the video on a little meme, and Hassan is already fucking pissed off. He's like livid. He can't believe his eyes.
Ay, ay, ay. It's like no different than what Muda did. He showed the context, though. It doesn't fucking matter that he showed the context. It's just a way to just literally farm off the fucking drama. Whatever. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? It's just...
I don't give a shit about this conversation. Frankly,
yeah, no video for Nick Marks from Ludwig. You know, because...
I think it's dumb. Okay?
Stream and these people have to deal with it, law. It's like, it's odd that I have to just like sit here and be like, yeah, that's right, dude. Yeah, wag your fucking finger at me. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just, you're right. A communist, hypocrite. Ay, ay, ay. This bums me out more, honestly, than random dumb fucks online that
Hey,
are
that's
just
me.
saying a whole bunch of shit about my family or whatever.
Okay, so in this Ludwig video, he didn't even make any like hard criticisms of Hassan. Like he really did not. I'm not schizophrenic here, right? All he said is he sees why people are mad, but ultimately it's not that big of a deal. And Hassan was taken out of context, which is true. But Hassan is mauling over it, saying people are drama farming. Dude, everyone is drama farming all the fucking time. You drama farm anytime you talk about current internet stuff. Like that is drama. Talk about Sneeko, drama. Talk about Andrew Tate, drama. All of this is meaningless dribble that you engage in all of the time. So don't act like you're above it or that it's not okay for Ludwig to do it, okay?
I said this already. The shit from Twitter doesn't do anything. It's not real. It's like mostly bot farmed into oblivion, and it's like a right-wing shithole. It's when content creators who are liberal or have like a larger, broader audience, like an audience of real people, when they frame it in the same way that they see it off of Twitter, that is fucking that.
Again, they frame it the same way they see it off of Twitter. Ludwig is defending him. The people on Twitter are going for Hassan's throat. This is what I mean when I say I don't believe Hassan and I don't believe Asmongold when they say it's like socially draining. Because if you're this fucking sensitive, I don't think it's that the job is like hard. I think you're just like a wiener. Like you're just a pussy at that point. I've had someone on a kick stream come on here and like, what was it? What'd they say? Like they want, oh fuck. Oh, I don't want to get it wrong. They wanted me to like, they either wanted me to fuck them or they wanted to fuck me. Or something like super weird like that. I literally just laughed it off. If someone came in here, like, I've gotten into fights with scammers on here. Like, one of them, like, called my mother and my sister and, like, all my female family members, like, bitches and whores and, like, all this psychotic shit and telling me to go to hell and that I was a bloody bitch bastard and all this, that, and the other. And I'm literally just sitting here with Ed and we're just making fun of him. If you or Ed or anyone in my circle, in my personal circle, were to come out and go, I don't really like the way Nihilist said this. I don't really agree with Nihilist on this. I wouldn't immediately go, oh my god, they're just engaging like the Twitter trolls. Oh my god, they're just fucking haters. Fuck them. It really sucks to see like someone that I loved and trusted shit on me like this. It's just so fucking pathetic and weak, and it hurts the argument that this job is difficult. This is the guy complaining that this job is difficult. This guy whose friend said, I don't really agree with it. Kind of a goof. I don't really agree with his take. But you know what? I think that he was taken out of context. Hassan mauled. He freaks out over that. So forgive me, Asmongold, if I don't believe your friend when he says this job is stressful. Forgive me when I don't believe you, Asmongold, when you say this job is stressful. If this is y'all's marker, if this is y'all's limit, is your friend going, I didn't really agree.
Actually does lead to real world
But that is the reality. Okay? And I'm not trying to fucking woe is me for somebody making 50K playing video games. But it does get even worse for some streamers. Specifically, today, it got a whole lot worse for a lot of streamers. Because they woke up and the website that they used to stream on, that they built their career on, that they made their community in, is gone. And that's what I actually want to talk about here today, which is the Twitch shutdown in Korea.
That's so whack. Oh my god.
That's so whack. It's so whack that he's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. I want to talk about the actual big deal. Because, like, what Hassan went through wasn't that big. Or what happened, what Hassan said was not a big deal. I want to talk about an actual big deal. And Hassan was like, oh my god. Oh. Like, bro, get over yourself. Jesus Christ. Again, do I think that Hassan was actually, like, upset or actually affected by what Ludwig said? Fuck no. Hell no. I will never in a billion years buy into the idea that Hassan is as upset as somebody would be if like their best friend had just betrayed them. From what Ludwig just said, no shot. And if some crazy reality, Hassan is that upset, he's an idiot. He's an idiot and he shouldn't be streaming. Like, I've seen people come on to Kick and Twitch and YouTube, and I've seen people, like, go for each other's throats. Like, call each other, like, PDF files, call each other, like, content thieves and, like, actual thieves and, like, you know, rock stars. And, like, I've seen, like, crazy falling outs. I'm of a certain age where I've been around for quite a few internet dramas. And the idea that Hassan is behaving this way to Ludwig, just saying, oh, I don't really agree, is just absolutely capital R retarded.
Didn't know that shutdown officially happens literally right now, February 27th Korea time. It's February 26th America time, and that's how time zones work. It is officially shut down. Why?
Dude, come on, bro. Don't fucking farm me like that. Jesus Christ.
Don't farm me like that, dude. Go fuck yourself, Hassan. Jesus, Lord of mercy. God of mercy. Can you imagine, like, that's a fucking phenomenal example. Can you imagine if Leafy was as sensitive as Hassan? Leafy would have made, like, no content. I think, like imagine, like, the content cop on Leafy, that was iDubbbz going for Leafy. That was a good example of what it looks like when content creators really want to go at each other. But, again, Leafy came back after that. Of course, it hurt him a lot, but he still came back. He still kept, like, making videos, and eventually he started live streaming. Hassan was like, oh my god, don't farm me like that, bro. Shut up. There are people that have, like, even in the content space, even in, like, the streamer space, have been through way worse than Hassan, and Hassan is so butthurt over one person going, oh, I don't really agree. What a fucking, what a
lame as action.
wiener.
Like, I thought he was at least gonna, oh yeah, for a good cause at least. Yeah, dude, he's great cause. He Franco'd you? No, Philip DeFranco at least did a honest, like he did the, what do you guys think at the end of it? But at least he did a fucking honest, like he.
Because Philip DeFranco isn't giving his own personal opinion at the end of the video, you brain dead idiot. Ludwig is giving his own personal take. Why the hell would he ask the audience what their takes about it are? Maybe he was saving you from Ludwig's fan base coming at you hard. Maybe Ludwig was, like, helping you out. I'm defending Ludwig right now because Ludwig's being attacked by Hassan, but honest to God, Ludwig is as bad as Hassan and as Asmongold for what Ludwig is about to do. Hopefully Turkey Tom goes over it. I'm pretty sure he is. Jesus, we still have 13 minutes in this fucking video.
He showed that it was, like, out of context and it's fucking bullshit. Like, for the most part, he fucking threw me to the flames.
Threw me to the flames. Oh, the catastrophic language from the little baby bitch. Ooh. Gotta watch my mouth. That was close. Ooh. We're getting dangerously close to using some very naughty words.
Posted a fucking Twitter, a fake tweet, said that, you know, we are so privileged, actually, which he's right, we are.
Yeah.
Something that I also agree with.
Yeah.
He just said it was out of context. Farmed me regardless. Moved on to be like, look how nice I am.
Ludwig is just playing the game, same as everyone else, and he didn't even do it in a way that should offend you, but because you are a fucking child. I feel like this is a woman. This is not how an adult man acts. Not even a woman, okay? That is insulting to women. I'm sorry. That was sexist.
You're a
This is how a little boy acts when he doesn't get what he wants. He's so petty, he's so dramatic about everything, it's embarrassing. Must be that time of the month or something, cause he's a woman, am I right? What, on your fucking period? You need your cranberry juice? And then live on stream, Ludwig starts seeing comments about Hassan being mad and how he needs to apologize to Hassan. And then you can see him slowly get nervous because he thinks he offended him.
I've seen this a lot, but I don't know if I necessarily agree with it at all. You should call Hassan and apologize. Why is Hassan mad? What did I do? What did I do? Because I'm a mogul male? I feel like everything I said was fine. Am I crazy? He's mad about the Dubai trip? Farmed for views? Oh, well, I mean, that's the deal. I'll just fucking pull him out of the thumbnail, and then I feel like it doesn't really matter much, right? I can just pull him out.
Dude, imagine backing down. I would never. I don't care if I'm best friends with a big time streamer. I'm not backing down. Especially if I went easy. I would have given a warning shot across the bow. I would have said, listen, I can go way harder. I left it at I disagree. But I can go way harder. That's how a actual and honest individual responds. They say, listen, I don't agree with that take. They're my friend though, so I'm keeping my real opinions to myself, and I'm going to be talking to them about it in private. I don't need y'all taking what I say and like spamming it all over the internet. This is a personal matter because he's my friend. I'm just going to leave it as my public declaration is I disagree. And then if I saw that video from Hassan, I would say, listen, you got to calm down, bro, because you have no idea how hard I could go. You have no, I wouldn't be friends with Hassan in the first place. I would never be caught dead with that man at a party, chopping it up. He's such a, it's not even that I disagree with a lot of his, I disagree with almost all of his politics, but that's not the reason why I don't like him. I don't like him because he is a conniving, backstabbing wuss who can dish it out, but he cannot take it. He can't take even 1% of what he gives out to the world. He will laugh at like cops dying or people like getting their shit stolen or like streamers' lives being ruined. He'll laugh about that and talk shit, and then the moment his friend pokes a little bit, oh my god, it's all over. Fuck this guy, he's a fucking loser. Like, that's bad. Ludwig reacting like this and like getting all like, oh, what did I do? That's even worse.
I feel like yes. Because I feel like outside the thumbnail, you can't really make that argument much. Here, check it out. Boom.
Changes the thumbnail. What
that's a change on the fly, baby. Me and C-Dog VA. That's a funny picture. That's a funny picture along with that title. But I don't think the content of what I said is something I wouldn't say in public or to him personally. Unless that's a problem. But look, I'm going to deal with this off stream. I don't need to deal with this right now.
And Ludwig ended up actually taking this video down and remaking it because Hassan Piker was upset with him. And he opens the new video by saying he took it down because the video was not performing well, and that's the real reason.
What's up? If you guys didn't know, that was a mogul mail that I uploaded yesterday. You might not have seen it, though, because I took the video down. The video was called, Do Streamers Have Hard Jobs? And the reason I took it down is because we had a great sponsor on it. But the great sponsor wasn't getting great views. In fact, the video...
Like, why lie? That's the annoying part. Like, why would you lie about it? If we had like a Wayback Machine or something and we were to look at... Hold on.
Got 50,000 views in the first hour.
50,000 views in the first hour. How the fuck is that not good views? Dude, I'm lucky to get like 3 views a fucking week on my shit. 58,000 views in the first hour? Why are you lying? Like, why the fuck are you fucking lying? In 1 hour you did 50K. How the hell is that not good views? Are you like retarded? Like, lying only makes it worse because now everyone like 100% knows why you did it. Like, everyone knows now like you did it to like appease Hassan. If you had just not lied and you had just said it straight up, it would look a lot better. But because you're lying, you look even more of a pussy than you do just by, like, you're a wuss for taking him out of the thumbnail. You're a wuss, you're a bigger wuss for taking the video down. You're a bigger, like, you're a straight up capital P pussy for taking the video down.
And for reference, a normal video on this channel gets 130,000 views. I was live at the time, so I couldn't like tinker with the title and the thumbnail to fix that, so I ended up taking it down with the plan of just removing the sponsor, re-uploading it tomorrow. And I figured, you know, maybe a Minecrafter will do something dumb, and I can just talk about that and throw a sponsor in, and everybody will be happy. But that's not what I did. Instead, I'm making this video, and I'll tell you why in a moment.
But the reason the video didn't perform well is because you changed the thumbnail to some picture that doesn't relate to the title at all. And the reason you did that is that Hassan Piker was mad at you. Now, a few minutes in, he does talk about how Hassan was put at the front of the video to generate interest. It was like kind of clickbait. But like Hassan and everyone clickbaits all the time too. Does it really fucking matter?
And so what I ended up using as a clickbait to talk about that video was a topic that has been trending on Twitter for like 4 days now. Which, of course, is about streaming perhaps being a hard job. Harder than a real job, some people are saying. Where did this conversation start from? It seems like a silly thing to talk about. Well, it started from this clip on Hassan's channel. We'll watch it together here.
A real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired. But a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
And that soundbite has gone a bit viral. It's going to a lot of places. Now, let's give the full context of what he's saying there, because at the surface level, that sentence, a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you, is wrong. It's just flat out wrong. And I think Hassan on stream would probably say that, yeah, that was not the best wording. I should not have said that. What he was trying to talk about was this.
There are obviously real jobs out there that are good comparisons. Service sector, people-pleasing jobs would be very similar. Those are
good comparisons for a job that might drain your social battery. For context,
like, I think customer service type but like if you're an accountant or if you're even like in sales, my interactions with clients was limited, way more limited than like constantly having to do this for 9 hours with like a back and forth interaction for 9 hours. That's what like sucks your social battery, and you just tap out after it.
And the term social battery is probably a lot more acceptable to most people than the term soul. People don't like the term soul because a soul-sucking job to most people would be like a job that doesn't have upwards mobility, which, again, I think Hassan would agree with, and I personally agree with, because I worked at Apple support for 2.5 fucking years, like literally helping boomers reset their Apple password. And in the final 6 months, and I think part of it's because my girlfriend at the time cheated on me, so I was going through it, I would throw my headset at the wall because I couldn't handle a sweet 70-year-old lady trying to figure out how to reset her password. I just couldn't handle that social interaction, which is bad of me. And the closest I've ever come to that is babysitting my chat. But people don't really give a shit about.
I love that wording too. The closest I ever come. So you didn't even reach that point. Like, imagine going through something like your girlfriend cheating on you, and then you got to go into work tomorrow. You got to go into work tomorrow because you don't have any PH. You don't have any like. You don't have any sick days left, and you have to make a certain amount this week to make rent. Like, I had someone who worked under me come into work with the foulest fucking mood ever. And he just kept like, he was just being prickly, he was not sociable, he wasn't doing the work as well as he usually does it. And I was like, hey man, you know, what's going on? You know, are you alright? And he says, I'm sorry man, you know, my wife just had a miscarriage, dog. I was like, he told me that, and usually I'll call people on their bullshit, but this guy I had worked with long enough to know that something was wrong with him that day. And when he told me that, I was fucking dumbfounded. I couldn't believe it. And this guy wasn't like the best worker ever, right? He was good, but he wasn't the best. And so he had gotten like a couple of write-ups from not coming to work or from doing something stupid on the job. And he couldn't afford financially to not come into work that day, and he couldn't afford to use sick time, because to get sick time where I work, to like cash in sick time, you have to have a write-up for not being at work. Like that's how you cash it in. Like you have the write-up to show that you weren't there because you were sick. And then the write-up can be waived or whatever. But if he got that write-up, he would have been put into he would have been put under a lot more scrutiny, because he would have been like one step away from being fired. And he and I both knew that if he got to that point, he wasn't going to survive. So I had to go work with my boss to have my boss, myself, and our manager pool together the money he would have made the last like 4 or 5 hours of the shift, and we gave it to him, and we sent him home without a write-up. There are a lot of places where you cannot do that. They will tell you to suck it up or take the write-up. So just like the idea of streaming being anywhere near a situation like that is fucking ridiculous. Like if if that if my I'm trying really hard not to use his name. If my coworker was a streamer making the amount of money that he's making, the amount of money that Ludwig makes, and his wife had a miscarriage, he could just not stream. He would still get his money from Twitch ad rolls. He would still get his money from whatever Patreon he has or whatever the fuck. And he could put out on social media like, hey, I'm taking some time off. Something personal happened. I'm so sorry. I'll come back when, it's settled and we've dealt with it healthily. You could do that as a streamer. You can't do that as an hourly fucking employee. Some people can't afford to do that. Like the company that I work for, you have to be working there a year before you get PTO or vacation. So just Ludwig and Asmongold and Tom and Hassan trying to sell me this idea that, well, streaming is hard. It's just hard in a different way. I don't give a shit how different of a way it is. It's never going to be as hard as being an actual fucking employee or having an actual job and being put in a situation where, like, you come to work or you don't make your mortgage. You come to work or you don't feed your wife and your son after your wife just had a miscarriage. Like, why am I here? I didn't mean to go here. Fuck. I just followed this like an idiot. We'll go do the rest of the cyber psychos. So yeah, like experiences like that, I think are what make me, because on the scale of like dumb shit that has been said, this is nowhere near like the dumbest thing that Hassan, Ludwig, or Asmongold have ever said. But it personally upsets me because of what I've seen where I worked. And I've been in bad situations. I've never been in some situations that my fellow employees or the people working under me have been in. And so I can't empathize with these fucking people. I just can't. I can't empathize with a streamer who's making buco bucks from talking about random drama. I can't. I don't have any sympathy. I don't have any capacity for sympathy for these people.
About the context, people don't really give a shit about the conversation. They just care about getting Twitter likes, which is all this really is, which is why people like Keemstar are tweeting out like this, just, you know, just for a dunk sesh. Because nobody gives a fucking shit. Nobody gives a rat's ass about the facts or about any people involved. They just care about a little Twitter like, little impression, right? That's why they tweet. Dumb. What is this? Look at this shit they tweet, bro. Why do they all look like Twitch streamers? They don't. What are we doing here?
Side note, I love how Ludwig keeps looking off to the side. I think he's looking at another monitor. This is just me speculating, but I'm imagining that he's looking to see what Hassan sent him to talk about. I like to think he's like reading over a little script that Hassan Daddy sent him.
But again, that's not the point. And just for some more clarity, I'm pretty sure Hassan also understands that workers have it rough and generally tries to voice for workers to have it better, and is actually one of the people that inspired me to make Off-Brand, my company that I own. Hello, I'm the owner of Off-Brand, and I have 30 employees.
And so because Hassan got mad at him, he had to create this puff piece on him about how Hassan inspired him to create a worker co-op of a traditional business structure, and how Hassan's actually a good dude, and all these people who are mad at him are losers like Keemstar.
I swear to fucking God.
I know. Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna play the whole clip.
But Ludwig actually knows what's going on. Okay, guys, he knows what's going on, and he stands with Hassan, and that's why, I mean, he does actually stand with him. That's true. That's why he made this fucking video where he's just like talking him up as like an apology for what he did to him, which was so horrible. But Ludwig is aware of the criticism that I'm bringing up now, and he actually decided to respond to it in this video at the end. So let's see what he had to say. Maybe he'll clear some things up, okay?
I see all over like random ass videos about Aiden Ross getting scammed, people being like, no spine. Imagine taking down your video because your friend committed social suicide. Why would he private the last video? Whatever. Bunch of people also DMing me, bro. I got DMs on LinkedIn. I got a death threat there. I was like, bro, I didn't even know I had one still. And I don't frankly give a shit. But I did get a little pissed off about it, because I felt like no one actually gave a shit about what I was saying. I was just being used in a proxy war for people who don't like Hassan. Why the fuck am I being used for that? Good. It's crazy. It's crazy people. And this is the one.
Because you're further evidence of how everyone around Hassan, if you don't fall in line and you like don't march in lockstep to whatever the fuck he says, you like cower in fear and you immediately backpedal. You're just further evidence of that. You're not the first, and you won't be the last, Ludwig. And this probably won't be the last time you do something like this. Like, you're evidence of that. That's why you become ammo in the war against Hassan. It's because spineless little wieners like you can't even give the lightest criticism possible without Hassan getting upset. Like, him getting upset over your rebuttal of I don't agree is further evidence that his take should not be taken seriously, including the one saying that 9 hours of streaming is draining your social battery. You've become evidence that Hassan is full of crap. And you lying and backpedaling to try and cover up for Hassan is just putting you further in that fucking camp, or putting you further in that category of ammo against Hassan.
One that sent me over the edge. Now, this is a DM from a guy that just said no balls because I removed the video.
Because you don't.
I can plan to re-upload the video. But he messages me and he says no balls. Now, you know, by itself, you don't think much of it. But then I clicked on his Twitter account and I see that he said this: wish assassinations were a real thing. And this isn't a quote retweet.
Okay, that's kind of crazy.
In this situation. Not trying to say who. I'm not trying to get demonetized here. But what a fucking crazy thing for Mr. Penis Head to say. And then I scrolled up in our DMs and I found out that this dude was my viewer 5 years ago. Hey man, love your streams. They help me out a lot when I'm bored or sad. When I have disposable income one day, I'll give you a few shekels a month. Dude, what the fuck are we doing, man? I feel like a crazy person. But when I see all this division, I feel like they're not humans. I feel like most people on this fucking earth, if I sat with them and drank a beer with them, I could get along. I could see their struggles. I could empathize with them. I could see what inspires them, and we could have a conversation. But when I see people online, they don't feel human, man. It fucking blows my mind that a dude who used to watch me when I had 200 viewers, I went back to the stream, 200 viewers, right? Who used to fucking chill ass dude, can now be a guy who's wishing for assassinations. Cause why? The guy you don't like online is millionaire? Said something you don't like? It's the most un-American thing I ever heard in my fucking life.
What?
What's more beautiful about being an American than seeing someone you don't fucking like, but they're allowed to say whatever the fuck you don't like?
Oh.
Blows my mind.
Okay, this rant where he like gets close to the camera like a goofy goober is besides the point. Okay, this has nothing to do with anything. Hassan got mad at you on stream. You saw that and thought you offended him, or rather, you realized that you offended him, and now the whole video you previously made about something that matters to you, being this Korean Twitch thing, is now gone. And in its place is a boring puff piece about how Hassan is a good dude and basically nothing else. Shout out to Mr. Penis Head though. That guy sent me $70 for DoorDash last night, and I spent it all on Rolaids and vitamin water. I'm feeling icy as.
But what a fucking crazy thing for Mr. Penis Head to say.
On one hand, it's tough to blame Ludwig because they're friends and they've done a ton of podcasts together and have a lot of mutual friends in the streaming world, and they go to events together and whatever else. It's a really
That would never stop me from saying my true opinion. I've lost friends because I told them I don't like them or I don't agree with them when they do something I don't like. Like, when it's my business, I'll speak. When it's not my business, I won't say anything. But like, if I genuinely don't like you, or I genuinely don't like something you say, it is my business. And for Ludwig to back down so hard after something so minute is a damnation of his own character along with Hassan's. And I don't know if there is a friendship on this earth that would make me behave the way that Ludwig did. I don't think I've got it in my body to behave that way.
beautiful thing, really. But I do see this as a clear representation of a conflict of interest when he has to remove a video about his friend that doesn't even shit on that friend because that friend cries on stream about it because he is a man-child. And this is a common thing with Hassan too. He hates when people even slight him a little bit, even when they're not his friends. Like when he begs the livestream fails subreddit to stop letting people post about him. Hey, can I please get taken off LSF, like permanently? I just don't understand why I still get harassed for 2 years now. Like this has become a lolcow thing for the Destiny Brigaders at this point. It's formulaic. It's not about accountability or truth. It's just dunking on me for my view count getting lower. Don't understand why.
Again, millions of views, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and he's e-begging in Discord to a moderator of a website. How pathetic could you possibly be? He's probably got enough money to buy the fucking website, and yet he's crying to a moderator. What a... This is the guy, this is the top earner, by the way. This guy. This is who people give all their money to. This little, mealy-mouthed man-child that literally is crying on Discord to a moderator of a website where all they do is post clips of people fucking up. That's all they do. That's all Livestream Fails does. It's just a collection of streamers like fucking shit up. And Hassan is so mad. He's so sad. Oh, it's just a Destiny Brigade website. What a fucking joke. You know what, Hassan? Maybe this job is too hard for you, buddy. Maybe it's time you logged off. Maybe it's time you took a break, buddy. Huh? It's your brother's turn on the Xbox.
Why that's even remotely relevant to the Twitch discourse. It's been like this for years now. You don't understand why viewer count getting lower is remotely relevant to Twitch discourse? Are you fucking kidding? How would... Oh my god, it's a direct ranking of your popularity. How can you not understand how it's relevant to Twitch discourse, okay? It's a clear numeric value assigned to how famous you are at any point in time, okay? How many people are literally watching you at that very moment, and somehow you can't understand? It's completely irrelevant to the Twitch discourse. The truth is that you get upset when you see it. It hurts your feelings because you're falling off. Hey, which thread are you talking about specifically? The one dunking on you for lower view count has already been removed at this time as we found it violating our rules. What rule did it violate? What rule, truly? Yeah, I assume they'll repost later and brigade it about how the mods are protecting me or some shit. I mean, at this point, how can you blame them? You're literally messaging the mod, asking them not to let posts about you exist.
True.
The point is, it's all LSF is for many, a vector to prop up attacks. Just no utility beyond a place to try and get people to join a lolcow forum on another subreddit. For me, I mean. For others, it's seemingly fine. Been way worse since the gambling drama, which got XQC to also start doing the same shit. This guy is just a giant walking vagina. Having to censor subreddits because they're being too mean to you. You have millions of dollars, bro. Why are you even slightly concerned with making people shut up about you, okay? Tune it the out. You're like 30. Tune it out. You have an entire chat of people
like
who
30.
love you and will ride or die for you, and all you can think about is this subreddit post. Why is this even a concern? I do not know. I cannot fathom it. And if these are the two incidents we know of publicly, I mean, okay, 2 of the incidents we know of publicly of Hassan being a total cry bully, imagine how many more there are that we don't know about. Thanks for watching my video. See you all tomorrow. Bye.
And be sure to become a member. For $5 a month, they get the members-only podcasts and exclusive videos that only members get. Thanks so much for your support.
What a phenomenal, wonderful fucking video. Big shout out to Turkey Tom. I mean, my ultimate takeaway from this situation, and again, the reason I wanted to talk about this today, because I've been avoiding videos like the fucking plague after that last copyright warning from YouTube. But today, I just had a particularly shit day at work, and I wanted to discuss this topic because the idea that someone making millions and millions of dollars is going to talk down to me, like someone like Asmongold who makes like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and someone like Hassan who makes millions of dollars, the idea that these two people are going to talk down to me and tell me I don't understand their plight, or that I'm the bad guy for not wanting to understand their plight. They both can get bent. I hope that they very soon, I hope that they come to realize how stupid this take is. I think I'm honestly more upset at Asmongold than I am at Hassan, just at the end of this, looking back. Because Hassan made a really stupid statement. Asmongold made the dumbest statement. The idea that because we all suffer, we have no right to compare suffering is it's ridiculous. It's out of touch. It's more unempathetic than I am towards Hassan. Imagine using a sniper against somebody with a pistol. Couldn't be me. God, it's just charge shot after charge shot, baby. Damn it, I didn't want him to go down up there. We might accidentally set off the landmines and kill him. Oh shit. I don't think I have anything that's going to turn off the landmines. Okay. Boom. There's not one over here? Okay. I think that's all of them. That's all the psychos. I guess we should watch one more video. Just before we head out. We got a subscriber, yay! This fucking warning, man. I hate this shit. I wish they would just take this off. Or not. I just take it off my screen. I don't want to look at it. Let's see if I got any. Ah, nice. No restrictions, guys. Hallelujah. Alright, let's see if there's anything to watch. YouTube, don't ever put another FD signifier fucking video in my recommended ever again. Don't ever do it. Ugh. What the fuck is this? What is this title? You know what? I'm baited.
You know, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, why did I wake up? And I realize my life is a living nightmare. So I see this comment from this viewer of mine asking me to talk about the money green trend. Now, I've actually not heard of that trend, but usually I don't give a shit about gacha trends because why would I? I have a lot. It was me seeing the mention of -8 that I was like, hold up, I have heard of that person. Aren't they like a pedophile?
What?
Yes, they are. So at first glance, it seems like yet another gacha trend that makes me want to end my life, but the more you look into it, you get nothing, because that's not the problem. The problem is the fact that the background was made by -8. So you have all of these famous YouTubers promoting this person's work, making videos crediting this person, and stuff like that. Did anybody in this god shit community bother to look the guy up to keep this as appropriate as I can make it? -8 is a pedophile who draws sexual art of little children. So guys, and I'm asking this from a place children. So guys, and I'm asking this from a
Wait, huh? I'm so curious. I've heard allegations that like -8 is just like a bad person. I've never heard that they were like a pedo. I've never heard that before. That is legitimately the first time I've ever heard that accusation. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. I need like a good 5-minute video. Because once my wife gets home, I'm probably gonna cut stream. Oh, fuck it. I'll go ahead and end stream now. Nah, you know what? We'll play video games for just a little bit longer. And then once my wife gets home, I'll cut it for real, for real. Turn the video game volume back up. Should we go upgrade our cyberware? Yeah, let's go do that. How am I not at maximum? How am I not all the way at the top of this? How much money do I have? Let's go get an arm mod. I'll just get gorilla arms. Just so we're stronger. Or well, just so we're stronger in-game. Lore-wise.
Want to get myself chipped.
Straight to the point.
We will get... I feel like Judge Dredd would just have like regular fists. He wouldn't have like shit that's on fire. Are these as expensive? Hilarious. Alright. Bloop. None of this upgrades armor. I want shit that's gonna upgrade armor. Damn it, did I get everything that's gonna upgrade armor? Mm. 501 damage, headshot modifier, down to stealth damage. We'll do this one. We need a better supercharger. Damn, they only gave us like 100. What the fuck? Health regen is always better than health, straight up. Airtime. I saw gold. Hey Johns, let me know when you get back. Need your opinion on which bike would be better for this character. Okay. Oh man, I got scared. I was like, where the hell's my pistol? This combination of perks just kind of permanently puts me into slow-mo. Like, I don't even need a Sandavastan. I love this build. Whoa, what the shit? A fucking iconic, what is that? An iconic cyber deck. For free. Attempted murder of a judge. Death. It has to have been 2 days. How the hell is Reed not calling me still? Kick on over the tire lights because they look like the Tron guy. What in the hell? That's what I'm saying. What's up, Xenu? Long time no see, man. Oh wait, check this out. I don't know where Jones is, so I'll let you decide, Xenu. Alright, Xenu, have you seen Judge Dredd? Ah, shit. Alright, well... Oh, let me look up. Let's watch a... Shit, I can't play an example. Damn it. Oh... Judge Dredd. Like... Okay, we'll just look at an example, because I can't play it or else I'm gonna get dinged with fucking copyright. Alright. So... This is the bike that Judge Dredd drives. Alright, we're making a Judge Dredd character right now. Now, this is what we're going for. This is the look we're going for. Alright? With that in mind, right? With that in mind, which of these two bikes do you think is better? This one on the right with a blue light, or this one on the left with a red light? This is the light that this one emits. Lady, if you don't fucking get out of here. Get the red one. All right, we'll go with the red one for this playthrough. Now we're Red Tron. That movie was so fucking good. The Disney one that was, the whole soundtrack was done by Daft Punk. Do a little Kira slide. Fuck that guy. How's life been, Xenu? How's it hanging? They made one. I remember it. I don't remember if it actually did well or not. It was based on the new movie. And it was supposed to be like. Oh shit. Hold on, let me look this up. Tron video game. Nice. I'm thinking about getting that game on the next paycheck, but I don't know if my computer can handle that and streaming. Tron Evolution. Is that what it's called? Tron Evolution. Yes. Okay, this is what I remember. So this game was supposed to be like was supposed to be like a free roam, but then it turned out to not be a free roam, and it was like level based. And there were levels where you could be on the bike, and then there were levels where you like were basically playing a beat 'em up. Like an Arkham style beat 'em up. But like an actual free roaming Tron game where like you literally just zoom around the city on a fucking light bike, that would be dope. Have you been going to oh, was it? Shit, that sucks. I wanted it to be good because the movie was cool. Confusing as hell for a fucking young boy, but I would say I would say the soundtrack is what made me eventually come back to it. Have you been fighting mostly bugs or robots? God, I love this fucking pistol. Man, that game makes like the greatest clips. Like I saw one where like two dudes are about to die. They're on some kind of watchtower, and they call in like an airstrike or something right on top of themselves. And they fucking and like they hug each other before it detonates and kills all the enemies below them. There's another one where a guy's like, "Man, this planet's really pretty. You know, this planet's really cool to look at." And he's like, "Yeah," and then like out of nowhere, a laser bolt flies out at them and fucking just takes one of them on, like kills one of them instantly. Oh man, now that was a fucking awesome game. Gears 3. My best friend and I stayed up like a whole night just to beat it in one sitting. God. They're never gonna make a game like Gears 3 ever again. Like a game like that was that, like a cover shooter that felt that brutal. I just don't think anybody's got the skill to do it anymore. I think the funniest part in like Gears 3 was getting a melee kill with the shotgun and like using it like a golf club just to take someone's head clean off. Ugh. There's still someone alive? Fuck you, dude. Idiot. What are you up to right now? I'll go do this one next. Nice, nice. Oh shit. Are y'all playing Helldivers together? Is that game co-op? Like split screen co-op or no? Damn. I had to end up buying 2 fucking copies then. You excited for Shadow of the Erd Tree? And we get that shit like day 1. Maybe. I played Dragon's Dogma 2, and it was neat, but it wasn't really my style. But I might consider it. It looks good. I think the thing that bugged me the most is that when I played it, I wanted to play a mage first, but like playing a mage on Dragon's Dogma was fucking complicated. It felt like a spiritual successor to like, I guess like the Final Fantasy games, where like you have a squad that's beating up a enemy and you all kind of take turns doing combat. Man, so the theory that I'm excited for Shadow of the Erd Tree is I'm excited for it to be Mikola. Like I really want to fight fucking Mikola. But I've seen theories that are saying that the Impaler is actually another child of America and not Mikola, which is gonna it's gonna bum me out a little bit if that's true. I want to fight that little shit. I want to fight that little shit so fucking bad. If he's evil, I guess. If he's good and somehow trapped in the shadow of the Erd Tree, then like #1 priority is gonna be freeing him, I guess. But I really want to be able to fight the last demigod. Since Ronnie is like permanently out of our reach. But even if he is another child, lore-wise, it's gonna be a fucking awesome DLC. The enemies look cool, the new weapons look bitchin'. The new incantations look weird. I'm kind of curious as to how their damage is gonna work out. I saw this one meme from a friend where it's like everyone talking about what weapon they're going to go into Shadow of the Erd Tree with, and everyone's debating about which broken sword they're going to use, and then it's just a picture of Guts with Malekith in the background saying, "Death become my blade once again," and it's just a picture of the fucking colossal greatsword. That's going to be me. I'm going to be rolling into that bitch with that fucking colossal greatsword. Colossal Greatsword, Lion's Claw, Knight Rider, armor. Are you gonna make a... Yeah, I would expect there to be like a difficulty spike just so that way we can't fucking roll over them, but if they don't fix, I guess, if they don't give the bosses super high poise, strength builds are pretty much just gonna do what strength builds always do, which is just break poise immediately at the beginning of the fight. Speaking of leveling, are you gonna go in with a new character, or are you gonna go, are you gonna use one that you already made?
Not a looker.
Gonna puke?
Smell that, right? Ventilation.
Vapors from the room upstairs.
Wait, is that... Neoamphetamine.
Mean to tell me you can pin the exact drug from just a whiff? Like a police dog or what?
I'd say more like a sommelier.
Looks like it was the fumes from the lab upstairs then that choked out his lungs.
Man, last time I got choked in a motel room, I had to pay for it. You know how it is.
No, I don't. Let's go.
I'm gonna be using like my main character that I use for fucking everything. My strength build. My big ass sword build. I think once I get my hands on, I want to get my hands on all the new weapons and test them out, like their weapon arts and shit, and then maybe I'll make a new character centered around that weapon. Like, I'll do a playthrough where immediately start gunning for Moog, kill Moog, go get that weapon, and then have that weapon be my main weapon for like the rest of the playthrough. Post the new gigs, bitch. I definitely want to make like a new kung fu character. I am just God's drunkest driver in this fucking game. Ooh. I'm about to start fucking tracking my wife's phone. I don't know where she is. She needs to get home so that I can shower and go to sleep. Oh, thank God. Alright, everyone. My wife is home, which means I have an excuse to, end stream. So, I'm going to grab the credit chip. Murk this idiot. credit chip. Where are these guys? Deposit this. Alright. Big thank you to everyone that showed up. Thank you to Xenu. Thank you to... Also, big shout out to Xenu. Haven't seen you in a while. Shout out to Just Jones for enjoying that wonderful 30-minute video with me. Or that hour-and-a-half video that was actually only 12 minutes long. If y'all like this content, would love it if you hit the follow and subscribe button so I can see you live on the next one. But for now, I hope you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful night.